Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm Neha Kapoor, the community manager, and today we are here for the last day of health series, which is on how to implement the proteins in your day-to-day life in all your meals in a simpler way, so that we can reduce on the spikes, we can help ourselves to gain on more muscle mass, and we can also enhance and stimulate your weight loss journey. Right, we everyone wants to kick out the fat from the system so that we can feel more enthusiastic, we can have more stamina to do the things, and especially we should feel more younger inside. So this is a, I think, very important session, because we all need to know how to implement it where we lack. So we have been doing a lot of theoretical, and the practical knowledge about the proteins, what are the sources, how to implement it. But now today we are going to learn how we can add it up to the meals. And for that we have Miss Sri Devi. She's the team lead with SugarFit from quite some time, and she's one of the best, source of SugarFit. And we have been having her here with us because I think no one else can do the justice with this topic than Sri Devi. So Sri Devi is guiding a lot of coaches under her, helping them, and training them to help you with your reversal journey. Has over 12 years of experience and has a great knowledge in different industries. She has worked with multiple hospitals and foods, institutes. And today she is here with us to help you in understanding how to implement the proteins in a very easier and simpler way. Welcome, Sri Devi, and thank you so much for joining us today. Over to you. I'm not going to take much time.
Thank you so much, Neha. Thank you, everyone, for joining this session. I'm just sharing the screen. Please let me know if you can all see it.
Yeah, Sri
Yes.
Devi, it's visible. Yes.
All right. Great. So, Neha has already recapped the whole series for us, right? We have some great sessions. We had sources of protein. We understood how much of requirement is needed for each one of us per se. And we also had this amazing India Talks by Dr. Chavi, which was all about protein additionally. We also understood the role the protein plays in different factors, right? It could be muscle gain, it could be weight loss. And just yesterday, Vidya so in detail explained about gut health, which was, I felt, a very, very interesting topic from the protein perspective. So I hope you've all enjoyed the series as much as we did. We enjoyed giving it to you. So today is the concluding part of the series. The whole aim is to incorporate all this valuable information that we have got through all the sessions that had preceded before, and how to easily incorporate all these information into your daily lives with lots of ease and very effortlessly. All right, so quickly going into the contents on what we would touch upon is obviously why is protein very important to each and every one of us, and why is it important, even more important, to add it in every meal that we have, the ways that we can do it, to how we can stock up our protein, and certain very quick and simple meal prep tricks to incorporate a high protein diet. uh, some examples of high protein breakfast, protein rich snacks, so that all your cravings decreases, and how do you add protein especially for your lunch and dinner. And we would do two very simple activities, which I'm hoping that all of you would be very active in participating towards the end. All right, so let's dive deep into the topic. So, why is protein important for us? I think this has been told time and again in every session. This has been highlighted. Why do we need protein in our daily diet, right? So, I'm not going to touch on the reasons again, because I'm pretty sure all of you know this. You've been hearing this daily, and why is protein actually important? From a growing toddler to an aging adult, we have in fact learned it from our schools itself, all about protein. It's in fact called the building blocks of life, right? So for a very, very important reason, in fact. So what I've tried doing here is get about a very different perspective. Now, this is a very extensive survey that was done It is an older survey, 2016, but I felt it was very extensive. Uh, a very clear picture on how, as compared to other countries wherein there is an increasing trend of protein consumption, you can see in India that there has not been that level of protein consumption as compared to the other countries. Now, even if the RDA recommends zero point 0.8 gram per kg body weight, I'm giving a very general recommendation, but we hardly meet even zero point 0.6 gram per kg body weight on a daily basis, which is actually low, even including non-vegetarians and vegetarians. So that means there is some lag that is happening in our Indian diet, wherein we are not able to incorporate so much of protein on a daily basis. So this itself forms the basis for us to inculcate protein in every meal of ours, right? So additionally, along with this reason, now there are lots of other important factors that I want your attention to go into as well, and why protein is important, not just to be added in a single meal, but to be added in every meal or every snack that we consume as well. So one such factor is muscle protein synthesis is very time limited. Now, your health coach, you've attended all these series and you've talked to your health coach, and they've given you this recommendation of protein that you need to take on a daily basis, and you've listened to all that, and you put in all that protein in one meal itself. Would that be helpful to you? That would not, because anything, in very simple terms, if I have to explain, anything that is extra for your body at that particular time, more than the requirement, your body is going to store it as fat, which we do not want, which is not our aim, right? So, and you would also get lots of other issues as well, that is bloating and gut issues and stuff like that, which because of a lot of protein getting included in one meal itself. So instead of putting a lot of protein in one meal and for our body to not use it very effectively, distribute this protein into various meals and snacks. Your health coach will help you with this, and make sure you use any protein that you're added into the diet. The main aim is for your body to effectively use it. That is also important. Another thing is, when there is a continuous supply of amino acids to your body, what also happens is it helps in muscle recovery. All right. So it prevents muscle loss, especially when we age. You see this one population wherein they look very lean and very weak, and that sort of image. That's because there is muscle loss that is happening. That doesn't mean that is fat loss happening, but there is muscle loss happening. So that's why we want balanced protein to be incorporated in every meal of yours. All right. Another very important thing is steady blood sugar control. So you skip your protein in your breakfast. You come very tired from work, and just have a carb-rich meal, because that is what is needed at the end of the day. Because you're tired, you feel, because of our habit, we usually choose a carb-rich meal after we have a very stressful day as such, and you finish it for dinner. The only place that you would have protein could be the lunch. But would it again help your sugars? Of course, your lunch sugars could be good when you check your pre-post, or you check your CGM levels. But what about the other meals? What about the breakfast? What about the dinner? Would that lead to a overall control of HbA1c? It would not, right? For our target to be reached in HbA1c, we need stable sugars all throughout the day, which in turn, how is it achieved? By adding protein, by adding that balanced meal in every meal, and in every snack of the day as well. Sustained satiety. Now, protein is one of the most satiable macronutrient that we have. You have protein, you will 100% see reduction in these cravings of food that we have also, and there will be sustained energy levels. So anytime you feel that you hear somebody telling that I have a lot of cravings as such, I need to eat protein, what you need to look into is the protein quality in your diet, right? So imagine you include protein in every meal, you do not have that hunger panics every now and then. Now, better metabolic boost. Very simply told, every time you eat a food, your body uses some calories to digest the food. Now, this is called thermic effect of food, which is highest in protein. So you include protein in every meal, thereby you help the body to expend that calories also in every meal. Sounds really simple, correct? So I feel we all agree protein in every meal, including the snack that we have, is extremely important. Now, how do we go by it? Now, it's very easy to theoretically tell you have to include protein in every meal. But then how do we go by it? Planning is the very, very important thing that should happen. Now, whenever I tell any of our clients, plan your meals. Weekly meal planning is extremely important. They tell who has the time, right, to even sit and plan all of your meals a week ahead. That takes a lot of time. Believe me, it would take a lot of time for you initially when you started, because it's a new thing that you have started, right? But start with it. When you plan your meals, it needn't be that every meal should be very innovative or it should be very different to the others. We always repeat our meals. That's our norm, right? We take in something from the breakfast, leftovers, we have it for dinner. Sometimes we have it for the other day. So first plan your meals, believe me, then you will know how to balance it, what is necessary, what should be there in your kitchen to make all this meal options happen. And then you would never miss on adding protein in every meal of yours. So first, stock up your protein. Protein availability is the first thing that needs to be there, and then only we can utilize it. So what I've done here is categorized protein into two very important categories. One is perishable protein, another one is non-perishable protein. Just from the viewpoint that it will help you to buy, plan your groceries accordingly. All right. So perishable protein is anything that would expire soon. So it would need refrigeration of sorts. Now, than what is mentioned here, there are a lot of other options also. I put in the most simplest and the easiest available option that you would get anywhere in your areas or online or anywhere as such. One is yogurt, Greek yogurt without any added sugars. Very simple way to add in protein, I feel, as a snack along with a meal or anything. Eggs, most versatile. If you're somebody who is eating eggs, then please make sure there is eggs stocked up every day in your kitchen. All right, chicken and fish, again, for non-vegetarians, this is something that usually is there in the house. Make sure that is there on a daily basis, so you have that option to add variety in your protein. Now, for vegetarians who prefer plant-based proteins, there is always tofu and paneer, which I feel is available everywhere, right? So the next category comes is non-perishable proteins. Now these are proteins that you can stock it up in glass jars or steel boxes or whatever you would prefer. Label them up for very easy usage. The only thing that you would have to be mindful is check the expiration date and keep rotating the stock every now and often. So what you can do is you can have a combination of perishable and non-perishable proteins. Now some of the things that I've listed down is lentils and pulses. Any lentils, any pulses that suit your body would do. Make sure that's there. We have a very good variety in India, I feel. So you can keep on changing your options. Even if there are some lentils that you haven't tried, why not incorporate it? The cooking method, any which ways, is the same. Protein powder, if you're someone who's taking the protein powder or has been recommended a protein powder of any sorts, and please make sure that is available at all times. Seeds are very, very good, right? So you have hemp seeds, you have sunflower seeds, you have chia seeds, you have some varieties of seeds stocked up in your kitchen. You can use it as a snack if you just roast it and you can just munch on it, or you can just sprinkle it on a porridges or curd or yogurt. So gives that additional boost of protein that is needed for every meal. Now, one other thing that I've included here is quinoa and amaranth. Mm, Quinoa, I'm pretty sure most of you have tried it. Amaranth is another such pseudo cereal, which you can also try. Both of this have very good quality of proteins. And I feel these are nice bases to add to your salads or soup or even as a carb replacement, right? So you can use quinoa, cook it, and have it as a complete rice replacement. Use it as a sambar if you're a South Indian, or any sabzi if you're a North Indian. That accompaniment usually works. Or you put it in a salad, put in a protein source, put in vegetables, put quinoa. Works effectively, and it is one more way of adding protein in your diet. So now you have stocked up your protein. The next step would be prepping your protein so that you can easily just take it and put it in any dishes that you would want. If you have eggs, one important thing that you can do is pre-boil it and refrigerate it, store it, and then you can use it quickly as a snack, or you can just chuck them in gravies. So very quickly you have it ready, and you have your protein rich side dish or the snack ready as well, instead of grabbing any other thing in its replacement, right? And if you have tofu or chicken, please pre-marinate it. You can add some sauces or whatever spices that you want, marinate it and refrigerate it. Store it in an airtight container. Tofu can, chicken any which ways we know. Tofu can be added to any soups or just sauteed and had it right next to the meal. Sometimes you needn't even saute it. You can just have it raw. You can even use it to the gravies or things of sort. So uh, uh, it just boosts up the amount of protein. Now the seeds that we have, you can do chutney powders using it, or chutneys as such can be used as an accompaniment for dosas or idlis, as just gives that increased protein boost in every meal. Roasted and seeds, we nuts and seeds, we all know you can quickly make a trail mix of it. Roast it in large batches and just store it in an airtight container. Anytime you want to snack, then you can munch on it instead of going for other pre-packaged snacks. All the dals and sprouts, you can cook it in batches and just put it in airtight containers and put it in the fridge. I'm pretty sure most of us already do this. So whenever you do a sambar, you can have that cooked dal and just put it in. Hardly takes like 15 minutes to finish off that curry. These dals can also be used to make dal soup, which is also a very good way of incorporating protein and fiber, and have like a grainless dinner of sorts using this. So if all this is done, you plan your meals and you prep according to the whole planned meals as such, then your day to day time that you take in to balance meals becomes very limited, right? You needn't take too much of time and effort daily to think about what you have to eat, nor do you have to take time and effort to think on to prepare meals as such. So it becomes very makes the whole process simpler, and I'm pretty sure we would have no excuses to incorporate all this into our daily diet. Okay, so moving ahead. Now, I'm going to give you some very simple examples of high protein breakfast. We all know how important breakfast is. I'm pretty sure if we have kids, we always tell them to have breakfast and go. The name itself, right? It's breaking the fast, the whole fasting that you have done throughout the night. So this is the first meal that you're going to have. So it should be nourishing. Instead of having fruit and vegetable smoothies, why not incorporate good protein sources into your breakfast? Now, why is this important? Adding protein, coming back, reflecting back on what and all we had discussed earlier as well. Your energy levels would be sustained throughout the day. You would also see, along with your energy, because your energy is in a very stable way, your mood also would be very stable. You would always see that if you're hungry or you have not eaten enough food, you also tend to get a bit angry, irritated, frustrated. Believe me, all these moods also would be very stable, which in turn would lead to very stable sugar levels. So I feel breakfast is a very important meal to incorporate protein in it. Now, I've given very simple, quick examples which I felt you could incorporate into your diet. One is eggs with toast. Toast is you can have it or you can choose to skip it. It's all up to you. With a hummus spread. Now, hummus is nothing but you'll just have to boil chickpea and grind it with a sesame paste, garlic, and lime, right? Just grind it into a smooth paste, and you can, very high protein spread, again, can be easily refrigerated and used as a spread, not only for bread, even for your rotis. This is not only for you. I think just try it with your kids as well. They would love it. And very, very easy way to just incorporate very high level of protein. We know, in fact, one cup of chickpea would give us almost like 10 to 15 grams of protein. So imagine how much of protein you would get. And on the top of it, you add an egg, very easy, simple, and a quick breakfast that can be made. Now, if you are a lover of idlis and you have that moong and curd idli, you needn't even, if you want, you can always ferment it, but you needn't even do it. It can be a very instant recipe. Just soak moong dal for 2 to 3 hours, uh, blend it with curds, and put it in the, let it sit for maybe 20 minutes, put it in the steamer and steam it as idlis. Put a nice seed chutney on side, put some, you can incorporate vegetables, in fact, into the idli itself, or you can have a separate bowl of salad with curds, all up to you. But this is a very high protein option that you can try it for breakfast. Then our well loved, I think well used, this is something that as soon as we tell high breakfast, every client of ours uses it and does it, as besan chila. I needn't talk more about it. You all know how to do it. So very good protein. The only thing that is missing here is vegetables. So make sure you incorporate along with it. Now we have summer season approaching in most of the states. So this is a nice option, which I personally enjoy. A very chilled option that you can have overnight. Just take in Greek yogurt, put in frozen berries if you have, or if you want to choose to skip it, you want to put in some other fruits, low glycemic index fruits, please put that in as well, and put in chia seeds. You can even put a dash of cinnamon into it. Just refrigerate it the previous day, next day enjoy that. Or if you've forgotten to refrigerate it the previous day, please go ahead and prepare it quickly, put a nice glass, present it nicely, and you'd feel very happy while digging into this breakfast. Especially now when the summers are approaching, I feel this would be a very nice breakfast for you to start your day with, especially after you've come after your workout or walk or anything like that. All right. um few other things. Now, the yogurt and the berries that I've told you is a bit sweeter option. Now, if you're a more savory person, then this would be the way to go. So here you can put oats, or you can put any cooked millet, or even remember the quinoa or amaranth that I talked about. That also can be used as a base. Essentially, what we do, like a curd rice of sort. So you can put in Greek yogurt buttermilk, or just simple buttermilk that you have done at home. Then you can put in coriander leaves, top it with some chia seeds. Also becomes a nice, protein rich, savory breakfast to have. Then is a very simple egg omelette with some vegetables. It could be spinach or any other vegetables, cheese. Now, cheese, you have to be a little careful about. You can talk to your health coach on if it would align to your health goal. But even if you do add cheese, that would be natural cheese and not processed cheese. But again, not on a daily basis if your aim is to have a calorie deficit diet. All right. Now, you have rotis. Then a very simple accompaniment that you can add in, a high protein accompaniment, is either egg burji or tofu burji, or it could be even paneer burji. You can have it as a roll, stuff it inside the roll and just have it as a roll. Even becomes a very easy grab to go breakfast, right? If you're a working professional and if you are really in a rush to go to your office, just have it as a roll, and you can have it in your cab or taxi or car or however you're going. Okay, so you needn't skip your breakfast. Next, again, this is very useful for a working professional, not only a working professional, if you want your breakfast to be very quick. So if a protein powder has been recommended for you, or you are somebody who's taking a protein powder, make sure there are no added sugars, no other additives or caffeine or anything into your protein powder. So you can chuck in protein powder, you can put in some berries, you can put in yogurt, or even if you do not prefer yogurt, if you're somebody who's taking any other variants of nut milk, even that is also good, right? So you can just blend it and have it as a smoothie. Very, very easy and a simple way to add in protein again into your smoothie and have it as a high protein breakfast. All right, all good? Fine. So very simple recipes which you can incorporate on a very day-to-day basis. Now, you can put in certain variants as well. You can add in your own India is a land of cuisines, right? So you can put in your touch from your own native place or anything on this. This can be a basis, and then you can add on whatever your interest or taste profile lies in. Another very important topic to discuss is about snacks. So now what happens is, every time we concentrate on meals, but we forget about the snacks that we have, and we just grab something. Either we grab something to quickly incorporate it into our daily routine, or we totally restrict our hunger at that time and not have snacks and then overindulge in the next meal. Both of which shouldn't happen. So apart from those nuts and seeds and such snacks that we have, these are some very simple cooked snacks that I've put in. Masoor dal cutlets, nothing but just cook all the masoor dal with the vegetables, form it as a cutlet, put it in. You can even put some green chutney and curds into it and turn it into a chaat. Why not? Chickpea salad. If you have boiled chickpeas, just put in yogurt, put in some mint, and put in some vegetables. Very quick and easy and very flavorful snack in fact. Boiled eggs with salt and pepper, simplest, easiest way to include protein. I needn't even talk about it. Now, paneer can also be used. You can make it as a chilled snack. So you can have paneer, you can have cucumber, you can incorporate chia seeds into it and make it a very protein rich snack as well. So all four are very, very simple, but something that is cooked. Of course, we have the packaged options, but these are very simple cooked options that you can actually have it and also give it to your family. Now, what about lunch and dinner? Lunch and dinner becomes very easy. I feel most of us do incorporate it. Now, you put in every carb as such should be paired up with a protein source. So it could be quinoa, it could be brown rice, it could be roti that you're having. You put in rajma, or you put in dal, or you put in a paneer, tofu, burji along with every meal. So your lunch and dinner also gets balanced enough. In fact, in sugar fit, I'm pretty sure from the second call itself, your coach keeps telling about a balanced plate: 50% vegetables, 25% protein, 25% carb, right? So that is something, that's a mantra that should keep running in your head always. Now, during travel is also, traveling needn't be an excuse for you to skip any kind of protein source. Now, these are very simple things that I've added, which can be available wherever you travel, or maybe you can carry it. One is the Amul high protein milk. What I personally do is I take in Amul high protein milk, put in some ice cubes, and put in my coffee and enjoy it. So it can be taken in any way that you would want, would add that boost of protein if milk is not spiking your sugars. Again, this should be personalized, so please talk to your health coach about it. Protein powder is something that we can all easily carry and incorporate it. You can put it into your porridges or have a shake when you're traveling. Paneer, low fat if it is available, low fat specifically because the high fat paneer usually has more calories. So if your aim is calorie deficit, then always prefer the low fat variants. All right, Greek yogurt, again, we have talked about it. Now, Skir is something I could also see Milky Mist as a brand introducing. Um, Now, Skir is nothing but a concentrated form of Greek yogurt. So it is curd, Greek yogurt, and Skir. So each of it has a bit more protein than the other, but doesn't mean that it is an absolute recommendation as such. You have curds available, then please have curds. Soya chunks or tempeh, soya chunks, very underrated, I feel, but you can add it as a accompaniment for your roti, for your sandwiches, for everything. Tempeh, we also have marinated tempeh available here. All that you need to is saute it and incorporate it in your meals. The only thing that you have to remember is that it's a bit on the higher sodium level. So please talk to your health coach. If you can have it, then no excuse, you can please have it. Eggs are also, again, we have talked a number of times about eggs. Now, hemp seeds or hemp hearts, which is available right now in every online, marketplace. I can see these. Hemp hearts are something that you can put into your soups, to your porridges. You also get hemp powder, which you can put it into smoothies. Very, very easy way to get that boost of protein. If you're thinking of incorporating hemp seeds, remember you'd have to soak it in. It becomes a bit chewy and then use it. All right. Now, quickly moving into a very, very simple activity. Can all of you tell me what is this in the picture? It's chana, chole. I hope it's very, very evident. So imagine you have this one ingredient at home, right? You have a lockdown and you just have chana and maybe you have besan, just a byproduct of chana. Can you all please put things in chat on what would you incorporate it in which meal? What would you have it as a breakfast, as a snack, maybe a lunch option? What are the various things that we can make out of chana and besan? So take in besan as well.
We are getting a lot of good option answers like, hummus, sundal,
Yes,
dosa,
excellent.
besan chila,
Yes,
snacks. You can
perfect.
use it as a snacks. Cutlet can be prepared. Absolutely. See, a lot of
Yes,
options you are on
amazing,
giving.
amazing. So we can have besan chila for breakfast, lunch we can have chole. So imagine you prep chana and you keep it in the fridge overnight. The variety that you can do, right? And you can incorporate it. So I'm pretty sure once we finish the session, we wouldn't give any excuses at all to our health coach or to ourselves. In fact, that we do not have this ingredient at home. How do we even do a high protein meal? Correct. So we can do a lot of things. This is just one example. I'm pretty sure this can be mimicked with any other protein source. Great. Very nice seeing your answers. And lastly, I want to ask you, did you protein today? So what was the last protein source that you had in your previous meal? Now it could be, we have had a week long of protein series. I'm really praying that you're incorporating it all. What did you have? What was your last protein source, even as a snack or as a meal? That's great. That's nice. It's so good that you're having lots of protein in your meals. So make sure that you don't miss any meal, any snack of yours. As soon as you think that it's time to eat, then all that you have to prioritize is protein, right? So before you go into carb, think about protein, carb, any which ways would accompany. So I would like to conclude this whole session by the small takeaway message. See, as we water our plants, we put too much of water, then we end up flooding the whole plant, right? So we do not want to do it. The same thing is with our body. We have to water it throughout the day very consistently. The same way is with the protein, that you would have to put it in little forms of protein in every meal, every snack of yours, to make sure you meet that RDA of protein, and you make sure you have muscle gain, your blood sugars remain stable throughout the day, your energy levels, your mood, your cravings, all are in your control, and you make sure you lead a more healthier life. So this whole thing is not just to maintain blood sugar levels, but we also hope that it would be something that you would change in your family as well. Spread this awareness in your family, among your friends, in your community. We as a nation, we are more carb driven, I feel, but it is time to prioritize protein over carb, and then make sure we build a more healthier future for our next generation, and we also improve our quality of life as and when we age, right? Thank you so much. Any questions? Then I'll be ready to take it.
Absolutely. And thank you, Sridevi. It was such a fun-filled and very, very lively session. I'm sure very easy to grab and understand. And last two activities have been very clear that I think we have succeeded in this series because people could answer the questions and everyone could share a lot of protein-rich options. So I hope it is easy for you to understand. And those who are traveling, it's very easy to carry your protein powder. It's very easy to carry sattu and you can just mix it in the water and consume it. You can carry the sprouts. You can even dry the sprouts and make the sprout powder. We have a lot of easy options. Like if you are talking about the sugar-free protein bars, so there are many vendors who prepare locally. But as such, we don't have any sugar-free. They do have dates. They do have jaggery, which is again not a very ideal, case too. Instead of that, unflavored protein powder is much more effective. So let's quickly take up the questions what we have here in the chat section. Thank you, Chandrasekhar ji. Glad you liked it. Mm, okay, any questions that we have? Thank you everyone for all the appreciation. I'm sure Sridevi deserves all because She has, prepared such an easy PPT which you can go through later on. We are going to provide you all the recordings, can refer to them. Most of the meeting is recording available. Yes, Mr. Kiran, recording is available. So we will give you the recordings. Okay, so we have just kept everything like, even very, very practical, how you can incorporate all the protein sources in different meals. You can keep the sprouts ready. You can keep the paneer in the fridge. You can keep the soya bean boiled. And if you're so busy, can add it to your dry vegetables, can add it to the salad. It's just a simpler, prep, which can be done in just few seconds. Yeah, we will share the PDF. I could not see any much question, I guess. Last one question was there, how to distribute the proteins, carbs, and fiber in all the meals. So if you can just give the, distribution, Sridevi, that's it, I think. And we can stop sharing the PPT. I think that's will be helpful.
Yes, so the golden rule with sugar fit works on, right? So we have the balanced plate method, as I would again re-emphasize, 50% should be vegetables, which could be in any form. You have raw vegetables, you could cook it, or you can incorporate it however you would like. 25% is protein. You can in fact go about to mix protein and vegetables and have it in the starting of the meal and then move on to your carbs. All that is up to you, whatever you would feel is more convenient, more flavorful, or much more into your cuisine that you're having, that you can do it. So 50% should be vegetables, 25% should be protein, and 25% should be carbs. This should be there in every major meal of yours, so you can distribute. Initially, I would always advise, when you start on, distribute your meal plate in the same way, and then it would become a habit, and by default you would, wherever you go, even if you're in the house or travel or go to any functions, and you would look for those choices and incorporate it in the same way. I hope this answers your question.
Absolutely. And the people who are still concerned that how to manage it when we are on the field job or we are traveling, as I said, what I generally do for myself also and for all my clients, I have asked them to prepare the travel kit. So in their travel kit, they have one bottle of sattu in which they have added up the salt also. And they just mix it with the water and consume it before the meals wherever they are. And that helps them in preventing the spikes. Same thing, you can do it with the protein powder. Make sure it's an unflavored protein powder. I'm reiterating, otherwise it will give you a spike, and it has a lot of preservative additives. Apart from that, we can carry the seeds mix, as Sridevi has already mentioned, hemp seeds. You can add the chia seeds in that, sesame seeds in that, and that can also be carried along with that. Peanuts can be mixed to that mixture and can be added, so that you can have that before that meals. So it has fats, it has, all the trace minerals, plus it has the proteins which help you in bringing the spikes down. Plus, it also helps you in, like, meeting up your protein requirement. So these are the very simpler and easy ways. If you just keep it in mind that, okay, this is something, these are the 4 bottles, I have to keep it in my travel kit, and it will be all, like, good to go. And you don't need to worry about that. It's because it's not a perishable item that it will get spoiled within a short period of time. Even if you have to travel 15 days later, you can prepare 2 kits in advance, and that can be easily carried. And specifically, don't forget to keep your medications inside that. That should not be missed on. So, very simple techniques, but yet very, very effective if you just implement it and be mentally prepared for it. Homemade protein. Okay, so Shri, please give them the breakdown of homemade protein, how to prepare it.
Yeah, so we have a homemade protein powder recipe, if it would help. So you can roast in all the seeds, chanas, and everything, and blend it, and maybe have a powdered form, store it, and have it. Uh, but I would feel, if you are okay having a protein powder, that would give you more amount of protein than sattu or even homemade protein powder would give you, because you would have to have it in such quantities to meet that protein requirement, which is essentially not very practical, right? But if you want to make a homemade protein powder, you just roast in the mixed seeds. You can put in some nuts, you can put in some chana, and blend it, and you can have store that powder for yourself and just mix it in milk, or any porridges or anything, and you can have it. But remember, it's not just about adding protein in one way. Again, as we talked about today, you'll have to make sure protein is there in every meal. I feel where there is a will, there is a way. Even if you're traveling, you ask for protein, you do get it in every restaurant and anywhere you go to.
Absolutely. Soya bean, paneer, eggs, chicken, everywhere you can
Yes.
get it easily. Apart from that, even if you're carrying the food from home and protein is not like, prepared in the morning or you're finding it difficult, then if you're even making the cabbage sabzi, you can add soya bean to that. You can add paneer cubes to it. Whatever the vegetables you are, preparing, you can just easily like, make a frankie in which the sprouts can be added up, and sprouts once prepared goes easily for about a week time. So need not to worry. It's just about being little thoughtful. It's just about like, the way we don't miss on our carbs, we don't miss on the rice, chapati. We have to think about the proteins again. And trust me, this one change in your life, in your lifestyle can make a big difference in your longevity, in your, completely disease free and the medicines free life. So please put little bit like, more emphasis on the proteins, and then I'm sure it is going to make you completely diabetes free too. And apart from that, any other question that you want to take us? Okay, Devi, so Geeta has a question for you that how about the holic diabetes? It's becoming very popular these days, and they emphasize on the protein X, holic diabetes. What's your thought about it?
See, the more we talk about brands, I feel every time we talk about a brand, a new brand is launched with the protein powder and everything. All you have to make sure is that there are no added sugars or maybe caffeine or any other, ingredients that are actually not needed, like any flavorings or anything as such. So it should basically be just the protein that is there, and maybe you can check the source of the protein that is there. Is it plant based, or is it pea protein or whey or whatever is tolerable by your body, and then you can choose that protein. But before you decide on taking any protein supplement, I would request you to please take in your health coach and your doctor's advice, so you know that is appropriate for you, and then proceed on the same.
Absolutely. And ensure that, you are, as we discussed in the entire protein series, we have been emphasizing on it every day that it's not about just taking the protein powder, but also you have to ensure that you are doing strength training. Because if you are taking the protein and not doing any exercises, and by exercise, I mean something where your body is involved, you are using your body weight as a, against the gravity so that you can build on more muscles and the proteins can get utilized very easily. So absorption is very important. If you are just taking the protein, not getting absorbed in the body, it's completely waste. So be very, very careful about it. We also have the sugar fit protein powder. Somebody asked that. Yes, we can definitely go with that. It's absolutely easy to carry. And I'm sure it doesn't have much weight. So you can definitely go with that. Homemade protein like recipe, we can give it to you. Sattu is easily available in the market. You can just take the roasted chana 70%, 30% of either one grain. It can be jaw, it can be barley, it can be sargam, and you can use that, blend them together, and can be used as a protein powder. Does protein increase the body weight? Or so? Yeah, Shri, please give more insights on this. Peanuts is something like, people are very much worried about. What do you think about the peanuts? Can be added up, or in what quantity person should add? Uh,
uh y- Sorry.
it's your screen.
No. Huh.
Please don't share screen.
Yes. So peanuts, I don't think peanuts are a culprit for your weight gain. It could be the reduced physical activity or your increased calorie intake. So again, what I've told you is you can't put in too much of protein in one meal. So it's not like you have an abundance of peanuts just because we have asked you to include protein in one meal, because you have to also remember that it is a bit higher in saturated fat and everything as well. But I feel if you have done your exercise as recommended, you balanced your meal with vegetables and everything as such, a handful of peanuts wouldn't lead to a weight gain or anything of that sort. Peanut, in fact, is the most cheapest source of protein that we would get. So very easy and financially very, convenient for us to add it into our meal, provided you do a good physical activity to accompany that and you balance it with enough vegetables.
Okay, there's another question from Maka Ramesh that I'm having protein loss. So, what's your advice in my meals?
You are having protein loss in
I
the
think he's having the protein in the urine. That's what he means.
okay. Then you would have to get in touch with your health coach. The recommendation would be different, and you would have to take certain precautions. I think your health coach would be the right person to answer this question.
Absolutely. And the person who has asked about the uric acid, I think Dr. Chavi in the fourth session has taken this very beautifully that people who have uric acid need not to worry about the proteins if it is taken from the plant-based proteins. And if you're exercising, you can utilize it. The concern is that what, like, additional sources you are consuming, how much of your red meat or the animal-based proteins you have in your diet. So be little conscious about that. Discuss with your coach definitely, because we are just giving the generic guidelines, but your coach knows you in and out about your previous history and your health conditions, so she definitely can address it much better. Please discuss with the coach, take the opinion from your doctor and the coach both to decide on if you have any kidney issues or if you have any other major ailment. Need to consult the doctor as the and the coach both. So don't miss on this. Great. So I think we have taken almost all the questions, and yes, we will provide you the recording. Don't need to worry about it. What about the dry fruits? Yeah, Parmeshji, we can take the dry fruits, not an issue. That's absolutely fine. One handfist a day, it's absolutely okay, which is roughly 10 to 12 pieces. Go with the more of the, almonds. You can go with one walnut. Please soak it well because it has phytic acid, which again increases your uric acid and it doesn't get absorbed well in the system. So these are the few, considerations that you have to taken care of. Mr. Samir, I missed your question. Okay. Yes, definitely you can reduce on low carbohydrate diet always works for a diabetic person or any person for that matter. So if you are taking more, proteins from the dal or the sabzi and you are reducing on the carbs, absolutely okay. But if the portion is too much in one meal, that increases the carbohydrate load also, and definitely it will give the spike plus makes you gain more weight because body is not utilizing it. So discuss it with the coach whether the quantity what you are taking is ideal or not. Otherwise, the combination that you are saying, it's absolutely, I don't find any harm in it. Can go with it, definitely. Okay, I think we have taken all the questions. Nothing left. Soumya, I can't see your question. I think lost between. Okay, buttermilk, yes, it's a protein. You can take buttermilk, not an issue. I think she has already taken that. Great. Thank you everyone for joining this session. I hope we have answered and covered all your questions and you could learn well from the series. Please do give your feedback, and if there is anything that we can help you with or you have any topic in your mind that you want us to take it, you can tag me at the rate Neha Kapoor in the chat section. Please be active on premium groups so that we can interact more. We all can help each other. Doesn't matter how many people are active in the group, but I'm looking at your messages. I'm sure there are many other who are getting silently motivated and encouraged by your, all the messages and the post. Ensure you join all the challenges. It has been drafted and designed, keeping all your health conditions in mind to benefit you to the most. So currently we were going on with the gluten-free challenge. Those who have joined, I hope could have seen a good difference in their health and the readings. So all the very best and good evening. Good night, everyone. Have a wonderful time and with your family and with your loved ones. Enjoy each day with the big smile on your face. Forget about all the worries and sleep very well. And thank you so much, Shri. It was very beautifully taken. I think all the pointers, all the topics have been very, easily briefed and explained. I'm sure you all agree with me. Thank you so much, everyone, and wishing you all the very best. And see you soon on weekend webinar. Don't miss to attend the weekend webinar. This week we have something really interesting.
Thank you.